Glad to see you all here. Welcome to the first international conference on phantom limb pain. We're very excited that we can host this event even despite the difficulties, and we're glad that some of you made it in person. So the conference is organized by the Center for Bionics and Pain Research. It's a multidisciplinary collaboration between Chalmers University of Technology, Sahlgrenska University Hospital, and the Sahlgrenska Academy at Gothenburg University, all in Sweden. I'm Max Ortiz Catalan. I'm the professor of bionics at Chalmers and also the director of CBPR. And at CBPR, we have the mission to develop and clinically implement technologies to restore function after sensory motor impairment and alleviate pain due to sensory motor impairment. So that's kind of our focus. And we have 4 main research paths or areas as of today. We work with bionic arms, legs, robotic and virtual rehabilitation, as well as pain due to sensory motor impairment, which phantom limb pain was one of them, the first ones. And so why do we care about phantom limb pain? So it's a real condition to start with, and it's quite common, and most patients with amputations will suffer it. And if you've ever been in pain, you know that it takes priority about everything else. So it takes a high toll on quality of life for those patients who have a severe case of phantom limb pain. And we don't yet understand it completely, and we don't have treatments that are 100% effective for 100% of people. So that's a little bit why we are here. In addition to that, there is limited resources for treating phantom limb pain or dedicated service. Not many countries have a dedicated service for amputation care, let alone phantom limb pain, some not even pain per se. The pain requires a bit of a multidisciplinary approach, so it requires quite a bit of effort to put together such a dedicated service for patients suffering of pain, neuropathic pain, and then phantom limb pain. And one of the reasons why we decided to do this is because, well, as you probably know, there is no scientific journal dedicated to phantom limb pain or a meeting that we were aware dedicated to phantom limb pain. I have met many of you in different conferences related to prosthetics or other neuroscience and other fields, but in this conference we're aiming to focus on phantom limb pain and bring people that are normally not sitting in the same room. So that's the idea. So first of all, this is a scientific meeting. There is quite of an emotional toll on patients that suffer phantom limb pain and the therapist and the personnel that take care of them. And ourselves and many others have tried different approaches that might seem to work in 1 or 2 patients and then get very excited, and then you feel that will be the solution for everyone. And we have to be careful about testing things in a way that we can show that is reality. So being a scientific conference, we try to follow the scientific method to find out what is true and be a bit rigorous about that. And why science? I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here, but it's basically, you know, the best method we know as of today to question reality. So that's the aim of this meeting. A lot of the spirit and the debates and so on will be with that intention to really question what we think and how we are testing things so we can do it better. It's a multidisciplinary event. We have people from the medical field and from science and engineering. Some will argue that medicine is within science, but there's still some, I think we still know some medical practice that are not all evidence-based. So medicine is moving into science, but you know, having these meetings in a way to get that closer. And it's rather international. We have people joining us from 35 different countries, so we're very glad for that. It'll be interesting to see at the end how many people is following online. I have some screens here, so most of the speakers here that have screens here, so that's why it probably looked like in the camera that we're looking at the floor, but it's an optical effect. So The conference is focused on 3 themes: the neural basis of phantom limb pain, basically hypothesis and neurophysiological studies, modeling. Then we, of course, care about treatment, and then ideally you would like to have treatments that are based on some understanding of the condition given by that neural basis. And another way to test those ideas is to look at epidemiology and what actually the phenomenology, meaning what the patients are experiencing. I'm personally not so much find the phenomenology as from the epistemic roots of it, but I think it's still valuable when you ask particular questions. So that will be part of the debates that we'll be having later today. So we have the conference is built in such a way that today we had a workshop this morning. We're going to have a few invited lectures, and then we're going to have a panel discussion. And in the panel discussion, there's going to be in real time the invited speakers, and everybody else can participate using Slido. So tomorrow there's going to be talks mostly about surgical methods. There's going to be workshops in the morning, oral presentations from selected abstracts, and then we have the surgical talks. And then in the last day, which will be Thursday, it's a similar thing: workshops in the morning, oral presentations, and then some talks about treatments. So to interact in all the sessions, we use in Slido. Even the people in the room, preferably, please use Slido, because then we'll, rather than passing a microphone for obvious reasons, we'll concentrate those into one person, and then Eva and Jan will be asking the questions that come from Slido. So please keep in mind this number. For those joining online, the information for this is right under the broadcast. We also had the initiative of art contest related to phantom limb pain, and the idea here was to try to see how people understand and describe or feel in a certain way phantom limb pain. And because we realize it will be a hybrid conference, it's mostly to the visual arts. So we receive some very interesting illustrations, and the winner of this contest is going to be announced at the end of the conference. So we have 21 illustrations from a few countries: Sweden, Estonia, France, and Venezuela. The way the winner was selected was by online voting, and then many of the participants of the conference, they got a mail to provide their vote as well. So we'll show this at the end of the conference on Thursday. This conference was originally initiated by a grant by Vetenskapsrådet, which is the Swedish Research Foundation. They extend grants for scientific meetings, and we thought that it was about time for such a meeting to take place. So they were they were kind enough to extend it the couple of times that we needed to extend this meeting, and we also get additional funding from other institutions that we're very grateful for as well. We also have industrial sponsors. We have Tenggren as a gold sponsor, and then Osur and Co-op as bronze sponsors. You'll see a little bit about them. I think many of the people working with phantom limb pain, they also do something with prosthetics, so you're probably familiar with these companies. So to repeat again, because we had an inaugural symposium yesterday, and the first 2 talks get no questions because people haven't realized how to do that. So until repeat, use Slido, please. That is the code. Finally, we have some welcoming words. We're very thankful that you made the time to visit us and the support that the city has given us for this conference. Originally, we were aiming to have a reception at the city hall, but that had to be cancelled, of course, for the pandemic. But we're very glad that you managed to come. So we have Per Gustafsson, who is the first Deputy Lord Mayor of the city of Gothenburg, and Per Tenggren, who is the first Vice President of the Regional Council of the region of Västra, Götaland, where we are physically in today. So we start with you, Per Gustafsson. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Per Gustafsson, and I'm the first Deputy Lord Mayor and Vice Chairman of the City Council. It's my great pleasure to welcome the first international conference of phantom limb pain to the west coast of Sweden and to my hometown Gothenburg, or Göteborg as we say in Swedish. Gothenburg is a cradle of nicknames, industry and cultural heritage, home to engineers and entrepreneurs, a green and close city where nothing is far away, a sustainable city open to the world. 400 years ago, in 1621, Gothenburg was founded by King Gustafsson Adolphus II. For many years now, we have planned a great celebration of Gothenburg's 4 centuries as a city. But due to the pandemic and COVID-19, we have postponed the big celebrations for 2 years. The same thing actually happened 100 years ago, then it was the Spanish flu that was the cause. Gothenburg was built and organized by Dutch, Germans and Scots and has since undergone an exciting journey, from developing into a prospering shipping and trading city during the 18th century to becoming a creative hub for innovation and research today. Industrialists and tradesmen of previous centuries, like William Chalmers and Niklas Sahlgren, to name 2 examples, understood the importance of knowledge and made generous donations for the benefit of the city. As a result of this legacy, the city is home to 2 universities today, Chalmers and Gothenburg University, and one of Europe's largest hospitals, Sahlgrenska. Scientific research will, in the future, play, and does today, play a prominent role in the progress and growth of our city and region. And during recent years, Gothenburg has also gained a reputation as a meeting destination. And I think one of the reasons for that is through our history, we have always embraced people and new influences, and through the ages, the city has developed with ideas and knowledge from all around the world. This conference has taken the first important steps to bring together world-renowned experts to discuss how to improve the lives of people living with phantom limb pain. Thank you so much for that. I hope you will have successful days, and when the pandemic is over, you're all warmly welcome to visit Gothenburg. Finally, thank you for all the great work you are doing, and very welcome to Gothenburg.
This is always a scary moment when you don't find your speech in the pocket where it's supposed to be. But it was in the other one, no problem. My name is Tenggren, and I'm the first vice president of the regional parliament in Västra Götaland. And I would like to start with a warm welcome to our region, and not only to the city of Gothenburg. For those of you who doesn't know how Sweden is organized, I will give you a very short presentation of the responsibilities the region has. We are responsible for healthcare, public transportation and regional development in a broad sense. And of course, healthcare is by far the most important area of the region. We strive to provide an equal and sustainable healthcare to the population in West Sweden, built on a high level of education, knowledge and competence. Therefore, we have a special focus on research and development within healthcare and in life sciences. To us, hosting conferences like yours is very important, as it provides an arena for important exchange of valuable insights and as in the case of ICPLP, new ways of helping patients with phantom limb pain. In this endeavor, I hope that you will have a successful conference. And once again, warm welcome to Region Västra Götaland and Gothenburg. Thank you.